And now a quick word from our sponsors here at Viral Hip Hop News. Man here from Viral Hip Hop News, letting my people know to go grab this bottle of miracle food right now. ShopperDoctor.org put together some of the best ingredients on God's green earth to help your immune system, give you a cleanse and reboot that your body deserves. Don't wait for your miracle. Grab it in Miracle Food right now. Let's go. Go purchase the original crime drama series by Daniel Webb, The House of Lazenberry, The House of Lazenberry 1978, and The House of Lazenberry, A Time to Heal at Archway Publishing or wherever books are sold right now.
Time was our last days in the source. So we ended up just giving Ja the cover, just giving Irv Garvey the cover. You know what I mean? Because we knew that we only our days were numbered.
Talk about life after the source. How was it after the source for you?
Man, well, just not after the source. It was after I got indicted. I was about to go to jail. They was about to hit me with the shit that they hit with Casanova. Now that's what they was trying to hit me with.
Really?
There was bodies in Boston. Fucking, they tried me with extortion, 2 counts of money laundering. I mean, all kind of shit. Like they told me to cop out to 25. Went to my mother's house and told her to tell me to cop out to 25. Like they had been investigators for over a year and a half. They interviewed over 160 people. There was dudes up in Otisville in a penitentiary saying they was dragging niggas up out of their interview. They interviewed the whole source staff, people from Boston, people from New York. They was trying to get anything. They just couldn't connect the dots. You know, and because that, thank God that investigation broke down because it was wasting too much money and they couldn't get a conviction. That because of that, I would never be able to tell who said what because there was somebody that said something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I'll never be able to see those papers.
Right.
But I ended up getting indicted for tax evasion. And then I took it to trial because I just, at that time, it was Ray Ray and Coy. Taj wasn't born yet. And I was like, damn, man, I want to at least be able to spend some more time for it because they offered me 5. They said if I took it to trial, they offered me 3. If I took it to trial, I'd get 5. So I was like, fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah. I said, fuck it, I'm going to fight it. So any little monies I had left, and this again was towards the end of everything.
Right.
Thing when the well was drying up, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple of $1 million in jewelry I ended up getting rid of for lawyer because we were spending millions of dollars on lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up beating the fucking tax case, man. Like that was like I could not believe it. Like, you know, I had an all-white jury. Because when you pick a jury in Boston, they're like, does anybody in this jury pool know Ray Dog, Source Magazine, Benzino? Man, everybody who's black and Spanish is putting their hands up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had an all white. I was like, man,
damn,
I'm Peking Duck right now.
For real.
It's over. I didn't even want nobody to come to court when I was on trial, man. So they had the Dave hired this dude accountant up there, and named George Moore. This motherfucker wore a wire for 8 months. And he was the one supposed to do my taxes. He wore a wire and shit. So but when he came to testify, you know what I'm saying, I still got my braids and shit. Cause I was like, fuck that. I ain't cutting my braids off. Like, if I'm going to jail, I'm not, you know, because, you know, my lawyer was like, look, we want you to get a low cut. Nah. I went respectfully because the judge was a female judge. A female federal judge is one of the most, intimidating humans on earth. No, honestly, a female federal United States federal judge, their face will intimidate a fucking serial killer, yo. Nah, man, she had no play all over her fucking face. I mean, you could only respect it, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you understood the power she had. Mm-hmm. They had just built this fucking courtroom, spent millions of dollars in Boston, built it on Boston Harbor. Like, each judge has their own room. Marble floors and pillars and shit. I'm like, ain't nobody in that motherfucker.
Right.
The last time I went in there, they were giving my man, Cape Verdean dude, man, gave him 25, man. Family in there crying and shit. I said, oh my God. So I didn't even want nobody to come to the trial. So I went by myself. I had a dope lawyer, Jewish guy, Leonard Sands. He's still doing his thing. Older guy, real older guy. And you know, he from Florida. So man, me and him, boy, we going back and forth. And I basically told him, look, I said, George, I didn't know nothing from a W1 to a W9. All I knew was just swipe this American Express Platinum and take money out the bank. I didn't know too much about even paying back. For 20 years, I didn't even pay my own bills. About 15 years. Everything was handled by the source, by Dave. I just was running through money, but I didn't know the business of money because it was coming so quick that I just didn't. It just was coming too fast for me. So I really didn't know nothing about taxes. And I said, that's what the fuck he's there for. We giving him $200,000. He was a white guy out of Jersey. And I remember I used to go up to the source. Now, mind you, I never had an office. So there's a business side of the source and there's a journalistic side. Big ass office, about 60 people. And the business would be over here on Dave's side. Not as many people and shit. Real quiet business over there. It's, it's Animal House over there and shit. But that's how the source was. And so George would come over. Hey, Ray, we got to do taxes. And I'm like, George. And I remember saying this. And see, I remember I seen The Wire. I just didn't think it was a fucking badge. He had this badge, right, with like serial numbers on it. I'm thinking maybe that's what because I looked at it.
Right.
Maybe that's what all accountants wear. Like I'm thinking that's an accountant thing.
Right.
Because in my mind, what the fuck is he wearing this badge every day for? On Mary Scott, I thought that a couple of times. I was like, what the? Because see, me, that's one thing why I lasted out here, God willing, is because I didn't talk around people, and if I didn't know you, I wasn't fucking with you.
That's right.
And you couldn't talk certain things to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, like I all my years, and I credit this to my father. I learned how to maneuver the right way because you just can't get me. And he was trying to get me. It ended up because, see, I got those papers. Every time I'd be on tour, he would call, Ray, we got to do these taxes and that. I'd hang up on his ass. When I hang up in the papers, you'd see, damn, this motherfucker hung up on me again. Like, say motherfucker and shit. I was like, I couldn't believe it. When they sat there and they asked him, my lawyer asked him, why did you do it? Because we never had a beef.
Right.
He was just jealous of me. I seen it. He's this middle-aged white guy, married, probably get no pussy. I'm coming up there, there's females, there's Benzino and jewelry and pulling up in Bentleys, man. Me and Dave are walking in Manhattan on the showroom and driving out with Bentleys off the showroom floor, lifting the thing up. Small ass place. Man, it was telling you, trust me, it was crazy. So I'm sure he's seen that, was like, man, fucking nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he said the feds approached him, met him in Dunkin' Donuts, and he said, fuck it, he'll do it.
Wow.
That he thought it would be adventurous or something. I don't know what the fuck he said. I was like, they think this a bitch. So, hey, look, all 12 juries said not guilty in 2 hours, all white. I almost passed out. I couldn't believe it because nobody beats a federal tax case. Al Capone didn't beat it. They got a 98% conviction rate, and I fucking beat that shit. That shit is... I went tattooed not guilty right here because that shit it blew my mind, man. The United States government against
hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back. Hip hop, Sam and oh God, what's up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they message is not subliminal. It don't matter if you a rookie.